It's Michelle. Thank you so much for joining, and I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and for everyone who's left a positive comment. It really helps to grow my channel. If you're new to me, I talk about what it's like to work for luxury retail. Now, I just scroll through all your comments and I see that some people are offended or think I'm complaining. Don't act like you've never complained about a job, and don't wake up and be offended. Take that somewhere else. I'm here for a positive community, and like I said, I love all of your comments and questions. I'm here for it. I'm just trying to be helpful, just trying to provide some entertainment. With that said, I'm probably going to offend some people with this show here, because I'm going to talk about the 5 things that annoying customers do that just need to stop, especially in luxury retail. Some people are just so naughty. Now, let me just say too, I probably have done some of these things in the past, but when you know better, you do better. Especially after working luxury retail, I try to be so considerate of retail workers, restaurant servers. Let's just go through the list and you'll know what I mean. Okay, first of all, I'm really sorry about the background noise. There is a pool party going on downstairs, directly beneath my hotel room. These are the 5 things to avoid doing when you are shopping. And actually, quite frankly, I don't care if it's luxury retail or anywhere, or if you're shopping at Home Goods, just try not to do these things because they're rude. Number 1, don't be that customer that's always in a hurry. This always blew my mind. To go to the mall, it takes at least 15 minutes to park my car and then walk my butt inside. You can be in a hurry when you need to run in and out of Target to get some shampoo. But we always had these people who are in such a hurry, and you're spending hundreds, thousands of dollars. Don't you want to relax and take your time? This is a luxurious experience. But this is what we do get to, not just the person who's in a hurry, the person who walks in all sassy and goes straight to the counter, ignores anyone else in the store, and says to the salesperson, "I'm in a hurry." Not only do they say, "I'm in a hurry," but then they turn his or her body away. They don't even wait for the response. They don't want the response to be, "I'm sorry, you have to wait." This happens so many times. They ignore whoever's in the store. They ignore that you're already in transaction with another customer. Essentially what they're doing is they're just interrupting a conversation. They want you to drop everything because they're in a hurry. And then when they turn on you and don't want to hear the answer, they do that consciously so that they can go, "I can't believe you're ignoring me. I told you I was in a hurry." Okay, listen, you know that there's always a wait. There's always a line out the door, even before COVID. Now I think it would be a little different because you definitely cannot storm inside in a hurry. What you're essentially saying is, "I'm more important than you. My money's more important than you. And move over because I'm in a hurry." You're just interrupting the conversation that your client advisor might be having with a customer. I have to turn to my customer now and say, "Sorry, we've been interrupted." There might be times where you're really in a hurry. If you are, call the store, make an appointment when you know that you have a half an hour window to be in and out. And there are other legit times when maybe you've already paid for your merchandise over the phone, or your stuff is waiting all wrapped up ready to go, and all you need to do is have a manager ring you up and hand you the bag. Those are legitimate situations. But when you walk in like you're the king of the world because you're about to spend $500 at Louis Vuitton or whatever it is, it does not put you in the front of the line. It actually makes you look like a donkey. I remember I had this couple come in, and I believe they actually came in on the Saturday after Thanksgiving because it was frenzied ants on a picnic. And when it got to their turn, the wife actually knew what she wanted. She wanted to look at a flower tote, but this was her first purchase with Vuitton, so she just wasn't sure. She was like, "I feel like I should look at other things." But here we had all these people in the background, and she probably had about this much space on the counter, her and me and hubby. So definitely she was feeling overwhelmed. And, I tried to let her know, it's okay, take your time. But I know how it is too when there's a lot of background noise and you're spending a lot of money. And she just said, "I can't do this right now. It's too much." And they left. I wasn't sure if I was going to see them again, but they did come back a couple weeks later. An associate tapped me on the shoulder and said, "So-and-so's waiting." I didn't recognize the name, but I peeked over and I saw them. And I recognized them. I just started with another customer, so I had gone over to check on them. When someone's waiting, or if there's a queue, the client advisors really get into this frenzy. It's a lot of pressure. Like, oh my gosh, I've got to serve this customer and just like keep it moving. In this environment, time is money. Time is money in any job. So as much as we want you to take your time, we want you to hurry too, or at least make quick decisions. Now, I think by the second time I had gone over to check on the couple, the husband was so gracious and he said, listen, go ahead and take your time with who you're helping, because we know that when you come to us, you're going to take your time with us too. At that moment, that was the best thing that I could have heard, because like I said, you're under so much pressure. So many people do not acknowledge the time that it takes. They want you to be in a hurry. Usually the customer that's in a hurry just wants to be in the front of the line. 9 times out of 10 takes his or her sweet time looking at stuff. So listen, if you think you have the right to do that, there's somebody else in the store with more money than you who doesn't behave that way. And there's someone else in the store with less money than you who doesn't behave that way as well. So no, your time and money is definitely not better than anyone else. Now, there are times too where if you're standing there looking at the same 2 card holders for 45 minutes, we are gonna go like, okay, come on. We're gonna push you a little bit, like, hey, if you haven't made a decision, we're just gonna be over here helping someone else while you make your decision. For that matter too, Louis Vuitton or anywhere else, you can't expect anyone to drop everything for you. So in a hurry just doesn't really work. Number 2, this is what I like to call Grabby Hands, the Grabby Hand customer. As I said, there's usually a queue. Before COVID, you would put your name in the queue in the iPad and then wander around the store. When it's your turn, we'll call you. Okay, so customer gets called and she's looking at 2 different bags, say the Neverfull and the Neon Away. So while she's trying on one bag, she might put on the bag and turn toward the mirror, seemingly leaving one bag alone. This is where another customer takes the opportunity to go, oh, I'm gonna look at that bag and dive in. There's a queue for a reason. I'm with this particular customer who waited to look at these bags. Just because she turns away from the bag for a microsecond doesn't mean that you can stick your grabby hands in there. When this happens, instinctually, the CA, we've got to protect our product. It's instinct. It's like swatting a fly. We actually joked about having the fly swatter because this happens every single day. We don't know if you're gonna grab the bag and run off with it, but a lot of the times I want to touch the bag and look for the price tag. And when you do this, like kind of pull the product back, the response is always, I can't even look at the bag, or I just want to know the price. But the thing is, this other customer is still looking at the bag and she might possibly want to buy it. We also don't know where your grabby hands have been, so just don't touch it. Now, if I were to oblige to the grabby hand customer, all these other customers who are waiting their turn too are going to see this and think, oh, well, that person's being helped out of turn. Why can't I? Why can't I ask a question? Why can't I do this? This was just so crazy. Okay, you know what else? When the customer puts her Gucci bag down to try on Louis Vuitton, turns to the mirror, and grabby hands comes to get that merchandise. Yes, that has happened to my clients where I have to go, whoa, whoa, hey, hey, hey. This is my client's personal belonging. This bag, her bag is not for sale. Whether it's merchandise in the store or someone else's personal merchandise, I just want to look at it without asking permission. That is so out of line. We learned like when we're kids, right? Like not to just grab other people's things. Ask, can I borrow your blue crayon? Same thing, same concept, people. It's not a flea market, it's not a free-for-all, it's not an all-you-can-eat buffet. Number 3, just don't go behind the counter. The counter is there for a reason. Now, some people unwittingly might see a bag and walk toward the light, like a firefly going toward the light. That has happened on accident where you're like, oh, hi, excuse me, and the person goes, oh, I didn't know I was here. However, purposefully, intentionally, people just they're literally just staring at a bag and then they get tired of waiting, so they go help themselves and they grab the bag off the wall. And it even has this retractable cord, so you can feel that you're actually not supposed to pull that thing toward you. You can feel it, but they go ahead anyways, and it's never anything cheap. There's nothing cheap in Louis. It's usually something expensive, right? Like Capucines. Okay, so now walk over there. Excuse me, you can't be behind here. I can't even touch the bag, but nobody's helping me. This is like, do you go to an art museum and try to touch all the paintings? Because these things are expensive. They're like works of art. What gives you the entitlement to do this? It's like going to somebody's house, opening their closet, touching things, rearranging things. It's not okay just because no one is there to help you. It's just not okay. Don't do it. There was even one time I remember this lady wanted to push her stroller behind there, and I was like, I'm sorry, you can't be here. And she was like, I can't even put my stroller there. Like, no. Yeah, anyone being back there is kind of in the way. I mean, even on busy days when all the client advisors are back there, we have to like tap each other on the hip to move your feet to open the drawers. So yeah, I don't understand. Like even at Best Buy or Target, if there's a counter, you kind of know. Salesperson on this side, client on the other. Unless you're at somewhere like Sephora that's like open sale and you can roam around freely. But this is not a playground. It's a luxury store. Yeah. So we're still talking about that queue, right? Put your name in the queue, roam around. Please don't do this. Person walks away and they yell from across the store, hey, hey, how much is this? How much is this? I can't even, you know, sometimes you just have to pretend that you don't hear this person because I'm not gonna yell back at you. It's $2,500 from across the room. So much going on here. There are so many products in the store, thousands. We don't know everything off the top of our head. Now also, you're interrupting, you're yelling across the store. Like, it's not a fish market. Do you do that at a restaurant? At a restaurant, you still try to flag your waiter down instead of yelling, hey, I need some french fries over here. You guys, this happens from like nicely dressed people. They might already be holding their Vuitton or their Chanel or whatever. But you know, these aren't people who look like they just rolled out of bed and with no clue or just landed on Earth and have no clue about manners. So I can't understand why that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. There are also, this happens every single day when you're working with a client and someone literally just pokes their head in and I just have a quick question. Can I just ask a quick question? Because you're still interrupting. Most of the time we're gonna say no. And yeah, I know you customers get mad when we say no, but we have to say no because that quick question is, do you have this wallet? Well, we don't know because inventory is constantly revolving. We could have added 20 minutes ago and it could have been sold. And if we do say, yes, we have this wallet, that becomes, how much is it? How many colors do you have? Can you tell me how many other stores have it? That gateway of like, can I ask a question? Becomes like, can I ask 10 questions? And can I interrupt you and make you drop what you're doing with the customer that you're serving? Do you see that we have those icon phones and we have to scroll through, right? So we always have to scroll through and see, oh, type in the style number, do we have this wallet? And or if you're asking about the price of this keychain, I've got to pick it up and I've got to look at that style number. It's the size of an ant. And I have to like look at that and type it in. And there are these people who walk in and they're so excited. They've never been here. It's like a candy store and they're like, how much is this? How much is this? Tell me how much is this? How much is this? You know, they're not going to buy anything anyways. So if you really want to be price grabby that way, LouisVuitton.com will tell you how much that is. I'll even tell you how to look up that style number. It always starts with an M. Just find that number on the product. Put it in Google. So yeah, the hey, flag you down. How much is this? Luxury. We just try to maintain some order. Now, the last thing is don't be that customer that comes in and says, I just want to see all the bags. Show me all the bags. Show me all the bags. Legitimately, I do get people who really do want to buy a bag, but they don't know. They're like, I want an everyday bag, but I also want it to fit my work and my laptop and my tablet. But I want to travel with it, so I want it to fit water bottles. But if I'm traveling with it, I also want to be able to go out to dinner with it. Oh, and maybe wear it to a wedding. Show me something like that. I'm like, whoa, wait, if I had the morphing transformer all-in-one bag that could do that, let me also get the magical unicorn for you. It's just in the back. I get it, you're spending a lot of money. You want this to be multi-purpose, but there is no multi-purpose bag that morphs from putting your laptop and then being able to go to dinner or take it to a wedding. I know some people do it, it doesn't always look good, but we can help you in just these ways. Are you looking for crossbody, a tote? What are you using the bag for? But this all the bags, also the all the bags client, they just want to be entertained. There are people who come in with like their whole family, and they're like, we just want to see all the bags. But we're not here for your entertainment. We're here to make money. We simply can't show you all the bags. That's a tall order. You can just look around the store like this and see all the stuff. Oh, I love this too. Just because you saw it on someone else. I saw this crossbody bag on someone in London 5 years ago. Do you have it? I don't know. Okay, like I said, some of you might not even know that you're doing these things or that these things might be a little annoying. Listen, a lot of people don't get to shop at places like Vuitton. A lot of people don't even get to shop for groceries. Being conscious of these things is actually going to make it a better experience for yourself as well. Because when you do all these things, call out across the room, what's the price of this and that, and like, God, sometimes we have to ignore you. And we know the reaction. They're so rude at Louis, they're ignoring me. Your time and money, it's no better than anywhere else or anyone else. So be a happy shopper. If you like my content, be sure to smash that like button and leave a positive comment. If you watched this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. I don't mean to offend anyone, so if you're here to be offended, sorry about that. I'm just here to entertain, keeping it real. My name is Michelle. Bye.